Food services at any college campus is an important issue, and the food services at Darton State is no exception. From meal plans to the price of food, students always have questions or comments.
It's extremely important to get student feedback because every campus is different.
I conducted a study in seeing what was healthier, a meal from the cafeteria or a comparable meal from a fast food restaurant. Here's what I found. A classic cheeseburger, fries, and a Coca-Cola from the cafeteria had a total of 810 calories, 36 grams of fat, and a whopping 710 milligrams of sodium. Next, I took a trip to McDonald's to see how they fared against the caf food. There, I found that the same meal had 880 calories, 31 grams of fat, and an astounding 960 milligrams of sodium. Another big question that most students had was,
why don't we have a Chick-fil-A or a Subway?
And the answer to that question?
We are working towards that.
My next study was to compare prices for dinner buffets between the Darton State CAF and Ryan's. Both of these are all-you-can-eat prices at dinner time. For an all-you-can-eat meal in the CAF, the price was $10 for the food in the food line only, fountain drink, and a dessert. I made a phone call to the local Ryan's restaurant here in Albany, and their price for an adult all-you-can-eat dinner was $13.89. This price included meal, drink, and dessert. For more information about meal plans and to even see the menu for the week ahead, just visit the Dining Services page at dartondining.com. From the Darton State Cafeteria, this is JT Fellows reporting.
If you ever find yourself in an emergency on campus, these new polls here will allow you to push the button and talk to a person.
Emergency call box number 16. Speed building parking lot has been activated. Please respond immediately.
The Lady Cavaliers softball team is looking for a fresh start. Eric Neal has been hired as the head coach for the Lady Cavs. Neal was previously a high school coach in Hattiesburg, Mississippi before joining the team in early January. Coach Neal talks about the biggest difference from coaching a high school team and a college team.
The maturity of the kids. It's just easier every day. They're self-motivated, and the level of play is a whole lot bigger and higher. But it's pretty much the same game physically.
With 11 freshmen joining the team, Neal says it's going to be a tough season.
It's going to be a tough year all year, but it looks like pitching is going to be pretty strong. Looks like we're going to be an offensive dominant team, and looks like defense not going to be too bad. And we're just looking forward to building up for all our conference games this season.
The Lady Cavs begin their season on the road for 2 games and feature 10 conference games. To see the entire Lady Cavs season schedule, visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/Cavalier Connection. Fall sports programs at Darton are gearing up for another great year. Last year, Darton swept the fall sports. The Cavaliers won region titles in men's and women's soccer, as well as men's and women's cross country. This year's teams are hoping to go on to compete for a national championship. In cross country, men and women's head coach Bruce Skiles says that he lost a lot of runners from last season's team, especially his boys. These new runners are hoping to win their first championship.
A lot of new runners coming in, so I got to feel them out, see what they can do, what they can't do, adjust my workouts accordingly. We're going to go to some big meets, which makes them tougher. I don't go to the little meets just to win them. I go to the meets I get beat up on, which makes my team better. So when I go to the big meets, like regionals and nationals, I do a lot better. I feel pretty confident we're going to win another one this year. It's not regionals. I'm using regionals, but it's nationals I'm looking at. It's the big show.
Skiles feels confident that his teams can compete for a region and a national championship despite facing fierce competition from larger and wealthier schools.
It'd be good for the school and good for my athletes, Another regional championship they can put on their belt, Like my girls, my boys, the ones that are coming back, it'd be 2 for them. Not too many kids can say that, Most people go to a school, they're lucky if they can win one. Most of them can't win them. We've been winning them back-to-back for several years now.
The first cross-country meet of the season will be held here at Darton on August 31st. After winning a region championship and finishing 3rd in the national tournament last year, men's head soccer coach Bart Sassnet says that he has lost a lot of his championship team from last year.
We have 3 returning starters that are going to be integral in the start of the season because we're going to need their leadership. Jorge Chirinos, Alejandro Garcia, and Alan Kuhn all started last year for us, so we're excited they're returning. We've got basically a whole new team coming in, so we're excited. We lost 3 All-Americans and 10 guys who played in 2 national tournaments. So it's a little bit of a revamp, but we're excited.
After being region champs for the last 3 years, Coach Sassinet wants to win a national championship this season. He says there's a lot of pressure, but his team needs to take this season one step at a time and stay focused under pressure.
Winning the national championship means everything. That's our number one goal, and we like to win the region, but we've won it 3 times straight. So we've got our eye on the big prize, but we want to stay humble and stay focused on the little things first, and just want to work on getting these kids in here and building chemistry and trying to find a way to get to that national tournament again. It's going to be a long road, but I think if we take it day by day, we'll be okay.
The first match for the men's soccer team will be held on August 25th in Atlanta against Monroe Community College from New York. On to women's soccer now, and head coach Ken Valens, who says that he has half of the last year's team returning.
We're bringing back 10 kids from last season to start off this year, and then, of course, we got 11 new kids coming in. Some of those are transfers, actually, from other four-year schools. So you start with, new, but they've got some college experience already.
The biggest challenge that the women's soccer team will be facing is teamwork and chemistry, with a lot of new players coming in. Valens also says that there is a little bit of pressure coming into this season because they have been so close to winning the national championship in years past.
I think anytime, every year when you're at the 2-year level, when you're trying to mesh kids right out of high school with kids who've been out for a year, it's getting those personalities together, getting them to buy into what you're trying to do.
Valens hopes to have a good start to the season and hopefully cruise right to the tournament.
I think we got a good start to the season. We got kind of a good plan. We need some games to gel a little bit and kind of growth, get to the level we want to be, but ultimately the season's going to help us progress, so every game is just one more game to get us ready for tournament time.
The women's soccer team will open up their season on the road August 19th in Mississippi. After talking to all 3 coaches, they have one thing on their mind: winning a region championship and going to compete for a national title. They hope to add some more trophies to the trophy case here at Darton. For Cavalier Connection, this is JT Fellows reporting. Hey sports fans, this is JT Fellows. We're here at Humil Stadium watching the Lee County Trojans take on the Albany High Indians. Here are the sights and sounds from this game. All right, and that's going to wrap things up here from Humil Stadium. I'm JT Fellows, your campus correspondent. Let's send it back to the guys in the studio. The Liberty Theater is hosting its inaugural Thanksgiving Day meal for the homeless and the hungry, but they need help from the community. Shay Anderson explains what you can do to help.
Right now, we need, of course, volunteers, people to donate their time. The day before, Wednesday, we'll spend preparing the meal. We're actually going to cook it here on site with volunteers and set up, so we're excited about that. Of course, we need clothes from infants all the way through adults, for both men and women, warm clothes preferably. We need turkeys, we need hams, large canned goods.
The Liberty Theater hopes to get a large amount of support so they can continue to do events like these.
Depending on how it goes, even more regularly than that, because we recognize that, sometimes folks are struggling beyond just Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we understand that, so we're hoping to be able to give back more consistently.
The meal will be on Thanksgiving Day. Doors open at 10:30 a.m. and will be serving the meal from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. If you cannot make it by the Liberty Theater to drop off your donations, there are several locations around the area where you can drop off your canned goods or winter clothes. To donate for the canned food drive and clothing drive, you can drop off your donations at 821 8th Avenue here at the Liberty Theater behind me, or you can contact them by the phone number on the bottom of the screen. I'm JT Fellows reporting for Into Columbus. You may know him as the man who rides his bicycle around campus, but Assistant Professor of English Dr. Jamie Barker has been a popular professor among Darton State students. Dr. Barker tells us that he does his classes differently because of an experience that he had back when he was in high school.
I just try to treat them as people. That sounds weird, but my experience in high school was I got taught at.
Dr. Jamie Barker has definitely taken the road less traveled in life and tells us about the struggles he has faced and overcome. Among those struggles, He is a 3-time college dropout.
I got a pacemaker. They ran a test on me that said that my heart stopped between 30 and 50 times every night, and that had been going on for over 6 months.
It's flu season, and chances are you're not even thinking about getting a flu shot. Do you usually get your flu shot regularly?
No, I don't. Actually, I've only had the flu shot once in my whole life.
In 2012, the Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center conducted a survey. Only 20% of college students got their flu shot that year. Now is the time to get your flu shot so you won't get sick. The Darton Health Clinic now administers the flu vaccine. Missy East, a nurse practitioner at the clinic, explains what students can expect when they come in for the vaccine, just like I did.
When you come into the clinic, you just sign in with your 919 number, you pay your $20 copay, and then you come to the back, and we're glad to give you your vaccine. And that's how quick it is to do a flu shot.
All right. Flu shots at the Darton Health Clinic, $20, and doesn't even hurt.
Urge students throughout the campus, anytime you go into a classroom, you touch a desk, you touch a doorknob, especially during this season, you need to be using your hand sanitizers or going to the sinks and washing your hands.
For more information, you can call the Darton Health Clinic at 229-317-6584. Darton Technical Theater major Jesse Robinson has won 2 national awards at the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival for her work in sound design for the 39 Steps. Robinson explains how she did her work and what a sound designer actually does.
I have been a technical theater major since fall of 2013, so this is only my 2nd semester doing sound design. That was my very first time doing sound design. I've been involved with theater for about 6 years, and I've always been interested in sound. Sound design can actually mean several different things. It can mean placing monitors or hooking up mics, or it also could mean composing music, different things like that. What I did was compiled all of the music for the show.
Darton theater instructor Deborah Liss Green says this was a rarity for someone to win an award like this.
This is the 2nd time a Darton student has won a national award for their first time designing. Yeah, and that's a really big accomplishment. To get that kind of recognition when it's your first time out is really pretty amazing.
Robinson was 1 out of 6 people chosen for a very special scholarship.
More significant was her receiving a fellowship to Stagecraft Institute of Las Vegas, which is a very prestigious training program. This year there were 6 people from across the 10-state region, about 175 entries. There were 6 people that the judges felt these were students that were doing exceptional work and showed exceptional promise.
For her future plans, Robinson is planning to go to Armstrong Atlantic State University in Savannah to continue her technical degree and specialize in sound. The All Steinway Initiative is a fundraising campaign for the Humanities Division that will supply all Steinway pianos to the Darton Music Department. The Darton Assistant Professor of Piano says the current pianos are very old.
A lot of piano is we bought when the Darton just started up. Basically, it's of 30, 40, 50 years old.
The current pianos in the Darton Music Department are in very bad shape. With the Steinway Initiative, they have the chance to improve the quality of the pianos and help the students with their success. Claire Fox Hillard explains what makes the initiative so special.
There are 150 schools internationally that have the designation of being an all-Steinway school. It's very exclusive. It's the benchmark for pianos.
2 Darton students I talked to say these handcrafted Steinway & Sons pianos can attract future students and are really needed for practice and performance.
When piano majors are looking for schools, there's that's a designation for schools, and that's incredibly special to have all Steinways, all certified and taken care of to Steinway standards. So it could attract just incredible players, I'm sure.
I'm really excited about the initiative. Our pianos here are kind of in bad shape and kind of sound awful, so I'm really excited to get new pianos, and I think it would really help improve our practicing and overall performance, especially for recitals.
For more information about the All Steinway Initiative, or if you would like to donate, please call the Humanities Division office. Their number is 229-317-6554. An email scam is targeting Darton students through their MyDC account. Tracy Cosper, Darton's Chief Technology Officer, explains the details of this scam.
Someone sends you an email, saying, can you help me cash this check? I've won some money.
If you do cash one of the forged checks, you could be responsible for the amount on the check. Now, if you receive one of these spam emails, you need to contact the Technology Division, call Darton Police, and erase it from your inbox and do not respond. Darton Police has confirmed that at least one student has received one of these spam emails, but they will not release the identity of the student. Darton State's Technology Department has deployed new software to combat the issue.
Time now for the Into Columbus Nonprofit Spotlight, presented by the Nonprofit and Civic Engagement Center at Columbus State University's Department of Communication.
The Enrichment Services Program, or ESP, is a nonprofit community action agency that was created nearly 50 years ago to address the causes and conditions of poverty. Belva Dorsey, the CEO of the Enrichment Services Program, explains the different services the ESP provides.
The first category would be early childhood education. With our early Head Start program, where we're able to serve pregnant mothers and children between the ages of birth to 3, and also our Head Start program. The second category of our programs is what we call our employment training, and we partner with Columbus Tech and Wallace College to actually teach the class, and we provide a scholarship. The third category, we will call it our stabilizing services, because as we try to move families toward self-sufficiency, we know that some of our families need to be stable first. And then the fourth category is what we will call family strengthening services.
The Enrichment Services Program serves 8 counties across West Georgia and 1 county in East Alabama. In those mentioned counties in Georgia, there are over 46,000 people who are unable to meet their basic needs.
With our Tools for Success campaign, individuals or corporations, businesses can actually adopt a child or sponsor a child and provide them with the school supplies that they need for an entire year for $25. We also have the 50 for the Family initiative. Someone can actually provide $50, which will go towards helping families overcome barriers and meet some of the needs that they have.
Dorsey tells me that being a part of a nonprofit organization can be challenging, yet rewarding.
We're really focused on our bottom line, which is fulfilling our mission and serving individuals, in our case, who come from primarily low to moderate income.
The Enrichment Services Program is part of the Combined Federal Campaign. This campaign allows federal employees to donate a portion of their payroll check to local or national nonprofits. There are some other ways that you can donate as well. Just remember the 3 I's.
We'd like for people to consider making an investment, which is the financial contribution. We'd like for them to consider being involved by volunteering. And then we also like people to consider using their influence for us. And one of the examples, or one of the ways that somebody can use their influence, is as we're looking at policies that are being made or decisions that are made that impact individuals from low to moderate income, then people can speak up and advocate.
For more information on the Enrichment Services Program and even to make a contribution, just visit their website, www.enrichmentservices.org. With this Into Columbus Nonprofit Spotlight, I'm JT Fellows reporting.